Look, I'm going to be straight with you. You know what separates people who actually change their lives from those who just dream about it? It's not motivation. It's not willpower. And it's definitely not some secret hack that nobody's telling you about. It's habits. But not the kind you're thinking of. I'm talking about habits so small, so subtle, that most people completely overlook them. Yet these tiny actions repeated consistently create transformations that are absolutely mind-blowing. And here's the crazy part. The Japanese have been doing this for centuries. They've built an entire culture around these micro-habits. That's why they live longer, stay healthier, and maintain this quiet sense of peace that the rest of the world is desperately searching for today. I'm breaking down 8 Japanese habits that will fundamentally change who you are. Not through dramatic overhauls, but through small, intelligent choices that compound over time. So stick with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to see your daily routine in a completely different light. Let's dive in. Number 1, Kaizen, the philosophy of continuous improvement. Here's where most people screw up. They want to change everything overnight. They wake up on Monday morning and decide today, I'm going to work out for 2 hours, eat perfectly, read for an hour, learn a new skill, and completely transform my life. And by Wednesday, they've quit. Why? Because dramatic change triggers resistance in your brain. Your mind sees massive change as a threat, and it fights back hard. Kaizen flips this entire approach on its head. It says, improve by just 1%. That's it. Make a change so small that your brain doesn't even notice it's happening. Toyota built an empire on this principle. Every single day, workers were encouraged to find one tiny inefficiency and fix it. One tool placed slightly closer. One movement made slightly smoother. One process made slightly faster. Over months and years, these microscopic improvements added up to revolutionary change. They dominated their entire industry because of it. And this isn't just about business. This is about your brain chemistry. When you make tiny progress, your brain releases dopamine. That's the reward chemical. And when progress feels rewarding, you naturally want to repeat it. You're literally training your brain to crave improvement. So here's what you do. Start laughably small. Want to read more? Read 1 page. Just 1. Want to get fit? Do 1 push-up. Literally 1. Want to build a business? Write 1 sentence of your plan. These actions feel almost pointless in the moment. But here's what's really happening. You're changing your identity. You're becoming someone who shows up, someone who follows through, someone who improves, and once your identity shifts, everything else follows automatically. The key is this. Make it so easy that you can't say no, because consistency beats intensity every single time. Number 2, Ikigai, your reason for waking up. Let me ask you something. When you wake up in the morning, do you have a reason? A real reason. Not just bills to pay or obligations to fulfill, but something that genuinely pulls you out of bed. Most people don't. They're just going through the motions. And that's exactly why they feel empty. Ikigai is different. It's not about finding some massive world-changing purpose. It's about discovering what gives your ordinary days meaning. The people of Okinawa, Japan, live longer than almost anyone else on the planet. And researchers found something fascinating. They all have Ikigai. They all have something that matters to them. It could be teaching their grandchildren, growing vegetables in their garden, creating art, helping their neighbors. These aren't grand missions, but they're personal and meaningful. And here's why this matters psychologically. When you have purpose, your brain processes stress differently. Challenges don't feel as heavy. Setbacks don't hit as hard. You have context for why you're pushing forward. The Japanese find Ikigai at the intersection of 4 questions. 1. What do you love doing? 2. What are you good at? 3. What does the world need? 4. What can you get paid for? Now, you don't need perfect answers to all 4. You just need to start exploring. Because even a small sense of purpose stabilizes your entire mindset. It organizes your priorities. It filters out distractions. It gives meaning to repetitive tasks. Think about it. If you're working out just to look good, you'll quit when it gets hard. But if you're working out because you want to be healthy enough to play with your kids, to travel the world, to live fully, that's different. That's Ikigai. Your purpose doesn't have to be complicated. It just has to be real, so ask yourself, what's worth waking up for? What would you do even if nobody applauded you for it? Find that answer. And you'll find a completely different level of motivation. Number 3. Hara Hachi Bu. Eat until you're 80% full. This one sounds simple, but it's absolutely game-changing. Here's the problem. Your brain is slow. When you eat, it takes about 20 minutes for your stomach to signal to your brain that you're full. So if you eat until you feel full, you've actually overeaten. You've gone past the point of no return. Hara Hachi Bu teaches you to stop before you reach that point. Eat until you're satisfied, not stuffed. About 80%. The people of Okinawa have been practicing this for generations. And guess what? They have some of the lowest rates of obesity, heart disease, and diabetes in the world. But this isn't just about weight. This is about awareness. Most people eat on autopilot. They eat while scrolling through their phone, while watching TV, while working. They're not even tasting their food. Their mind is completely disconnected from their body. Hara Hachi Bu forces you to slow down, to actually pay attention, to notice the texture, the flavor, its feeling of satisfaction building. This creates a completely different relationship with food. You're not restricting. You're not dieting. You're just being mindful. And here's the beautiful part. When you stop eating at 80%, you feel lighter, more energized. Your digestion works better. Your mind stays clear. Try this. At your next meal, eat slowly. Put your fork down between bites. Check in with yourself halfway through. Ask, am I still hungry? Or am I just eating because it's there? Stop when you feel comfortable. Not when your plate is empty. Not when you feel stuffed. When you feel satisfied, this one habit alone can transform your energy levels and your health. Number 4, Shinrin-yoku. Forest bathing now. Before you think this sounds too spiritual or whatever, let me hit you with the science. Shinrin-yoku literally means forest bathing. It's the practice of spending time in nature, walking slowly, without any agenda. No fitness goals. No destination. Just being present among trees, and the research on this is insane. When you're in nature, your body releases less cortisol. That's your stress hormone. Your heart rate slows down. Your blood pressure drops. Your parasympathetic nervous system kicks in. That's your body's natural relaxation mode. But here's where it gets even better. Trees release compounds called phytoncides. These are natural oils that trees produce to protect themselves. And when you breathe them in, they boost your immune system. They literally make you healthier. Studies show that just 20 minutes in nature can significantly reduce mental fatigue, improve creativity, and restore your ability to focus. Think about how much time you spend staring at screens every day. Your eyes are locked at the same distance. Your mind is constantly processing information. Your nervous system is in overdrive. Shinrin-yoku is the reset button. You don't need a massive forest. A park works. A tree-lined street works. Even sitting under one healthy tree helps. The key is this: remove all distractions. No phone, no earbuds, no checking messages. Just you and nature. Walk slowly. Look up at the branches. Listen to the sounds. Feel the air on your skin. Breathe deeply. This isn't about exercise. This is about recalibrating your nervous system in our modern world. We're overstimulated 24/7. Our brains are fried. Shinrin-yoku reminds your body what calm actually feels like. Make this a weekly practice, even 30 minutes. You'll notice the difference immediately. Number 5, Wabi-sabi. Finding beauty in imperfection. This philosophy is going to mess with your head in the best way possible. We live in a world obsessed with perfection. Perfect body, perfect career, perfect life. Social media has turned existence into a highlight reel competition. Everyone's comparing themselves to everyone else's best moments, and it's destroying people. The constant pressure to be flawless creates anxiety, self-criticism, and this nagging feeling that you're never enough. No matter what you achieve, there's always something more, something better, something you're lacking. Wabi-sabi destroys this entire mindset. It teaches that imperfection isn't something to hide. It's something to appreciate. It's where real beauty lives. A cracked ceramic bowl. That crack tells a story. A weathered wooden table. Those marks show character. Your scars, your struggles, your failures. They're proof that you've lived, that you've tried, that you've grown. This isn't about lowering your standards. This is about releasing the toxic need for everything to be perfect before you can feel okay about yourself. Here's what happens psychologically when you embrace Wabi-sabi. Your inner critic quiets down. You stop obsessing over every tiny flaw. You stop comparing yourself to others. You stop waiting for the perfect moment to start living. You can appreciate your progress even when it's messy. You can value yourself even when you're unfinished. Because, guess what? You're always going to be unfinished. That's called being human. Wabi-sabi gives you permission to show up as you are. Imperfect, incomplete, still worthy. Try this. Look at something in your life that you consider flawed. Maybe it's a physical imperfection. Maybe it's a project that didn't turn out perfectly. Maybe it's a mistake you made. Instead of criticizing it, ask yourself, what does this teach me? What story does this tell? What character does this reveal? When you shift your perspective like this, you stop suffering in the pursuit of perfection. And you start actually enjoying the journey. Number 6, Gaman, enduring with dignity. Now, this one's going to challenge you. Gaman means maintaining composure during hardship. It means having self-control when things get difficult. And before you think this sounds like just suck it up and suppress your emotions, let me clarify. Gaman is not about pretending everything's fine when it's not. It's not about toxic positivity. It's about this. You can feel your emotions without letting them control your behavior. You can feel frustrated without lashing out. You can feel sad without wallowing. You can feel angry without destroying relationships. In Western culture, there's this trend of broadcasting every struggle, every bad day, every emotional wave. People share everything online, seeking validation or sympathy. Daka offers a different approach. It says you can work through difficulty without amplifying it to the entire world. You can be strong quietly. This builds real resilience. It creates emotional stability. It keeps your identity separate from your struggles. Think about it like this. When you constantly externalize every problem, you're reinforcing the narrative that you're a victim of your circumstances. But when you practice Gaman, you're telling yourself, I can handle this. I'm stronger than this moment. This doesn't mean you don't seek help. This doesn't mean you bottle things up. It means you choose carefully who you share with and how you process difficulty. You acknowledge your feelings. You sit with them. You understand them, but you don't let them dictate every action you take. This creates incredible mental strength. The kind of strength that people respect. The kind that carries you through the hardest seasons of life. Practice this. Next time something frustrates you, pause. Don't react immediately. Feel the emotion. Name it. Then choose your response consciously. That gap between stimulus and response. That's where your power lives. Number 7, Omoiyari. Thoughtful consideration for others. Here's something most people don't understand. Caring about others actually reduces your own anxiety. Omoiyari means acting with genuine awareness of how your behavior affects the people around you. Not out of obligation, not for approval, but because you recognize that we're all sharing this space together. In Japan, you see this everywhere. People speak quietly in public spaces. They clean up after themselves meticulously. They wait patiently in lines. They avoid disturbing others. These aren't just cultural customs. They're expressions of respect and awareness. And psychologically, it creates something powerful. It shifts your focus outward. When you're constantly thinking only about yourself, your own problems feel massive. But when you expand your perspective to consider others, your personal issues shrink. Your sense of belonging increases. Your community trust strengthens. Your life feels more connected. Now, Omoiyari is not about people-pleasing. It's not about sacrificing your needs to make everyone else happy. It's about recognizing that your actions have ripple effects. How you speak to the barista affects their day. How you treat service workers affects their dignity. How you show up in your relationships affects the people who depend on you. When you move through life with this awareness, something shifts. You create harmony around you, and that harmony reflects back into your own experience. Try this. For 1 week, practice radical consideration. Hold the door for someone. Let someone merge in traffic without frustration. Clean up a little extra, not just your mess. Speak kindly to people who serve you. Watch what happens. Not just to them, but to you. You'll feel more grounded, more connected, more human. Number 8, Kintsugi. Turning your breaks into gold. This is the most beautiful philosophy of all. Kintsugi is the Japanese art of repairing broken pottery with gold lacquer. Instead of hiding the cracks, they highlight them. They make them beautiful, and the repaired object becomes more valuable than it was before it broke. Let that sink in. More valuable because of the break. This is the perfect metaphor for life. Everyone gets broken. Everyone faces loss, failure, disappointment, pain. Everyone has moments that shatter them. But here's what most people don't realize. Those breaks don't reduce your worth. They actually increase it. If you let them, psychologists have a term for this: post-traumatic growth. It means that you can emerge from hardship stronger, wiser, and more resilient than you were before. Your cracks become a map of where you've been and how far you've come. They show your strength, your survival, your transformation. Kintsugi teaches you to honor your healing process, to give yourself time, to mend slowly and carefully, to understand that transformation isn't about erasing the past. It's about integrating it with wisdom. Your struggles shaped you. Your failures taught you. Your pain deepened you. Don't hide that. Don't be ashamed of it. Own it. Highlight it in gold, because the person you are now, with all your scars and lessons, is more valuable than the person you were before the breaking. So stop trying to pretend you're perfect. Stop hiding your story, your authenticity, your realness, your humanity. That's where your power is. Embrace your kintsugi. Let your cracks show. They're proof that you're still here, still fighting, still growing. These 8 habits work because they don't fight against your psychology. They work with it. They're sustainable. They're practical. They're powerful. You don't need to adopt all of them tomorrow. Start with 1. Kaizen, remember? Small steps. Pick the habit that resonates most. Practice it for a week. Let it become natural. Then add another. Layer these habits slowly into your life. Because transformation isn't a moment. It's a process. A meaningful life isn't accidental. A calm life isn't accidental. A powerful life isn't accidental. They're all created one tiny decision at a time. Now go. Start small. Stay consistent. And watch how everything changes. If this shifted your perspective, drop a comment and let me know which habit you're starting with. Let's build this together.